Good morning. It is the Travel Show with Chris Robinson. I'm Larry Fedoruk. 416-872-1010, 877-518-5151, or Star Talk. Here he is, the man I blame for the snow, because with the snow, all this Riviera Maya just sounds so much better, but it sounds great on its own. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Larry. Yeah, when the snow is laying 2 or 3 centimeters out there, I reckon right now's the time to be sitting down, planning, reaching for the phone maybe to make that call to say, I am going south.
Well, we have a trip to give away, as we always do, a 7-night all-inclusive Transat holiday trip for 2 to the Azul Fives at Karisma in Riviera Maya, Mexico.
And that is in the great and good company of Transat Holidays. And so, of course, we have our regular guest from Transat in the studio with us, Susan Koyman, Business Development Manager for Transat Tours. Good morning.
Good morning, Larry and Chris. It's great to be back. I love the snow, as you know. It brings great travel dates for everybody.
It does indeed, but I've just got one complaint, and that is that you have been to this resort again, and again it's on a business trip. I mean, what is with this?
Oh, and I have to say, as I say all the time, I am very fortunate, and this hotel, it stands out from a lot of my business trips. I love this hotel, the Azul's 5 by Karisma, the Karisma team there, and actually, when I say Azul's 5, it means 5 senses. Yeah.
So it engages all the 5 senses.
It sure does.
Sight, smell.
Yeah. So I can say when I pulled up, I thought, oh, this is very nice. And then when I got inside, I'm like, wow, this is really nice. They had some beautiful candles going, and it just really sets a precedence for your visit there. So.
Did you get a view of the Caribbean as you go?
They asked me what I wanted for lunch, and I said, as a joke to my colleague, how about a steak? And next thing you know, we have a tenderloin steak with homemade French fries and a suggested drink, and we sat by the beach grill, and as far as I could see, I first saw the pool, then I saw the ocean, and I just saw water through my entire meal. It was just amazing. And I think the most unique part of this actual resort is it's newer, and actually when it was under construction, it was going to be timeshares. And then the Karisma group came in and they took it over as their hotel. So I say this because it's very unique because it's smaller. And when these new hotels go up, they're all mega resorts. However, this is a little bit more smaller. And it's nice to navigate around for sure. And the rooms are huge because they were going to be timeshares. So the deluxe room, our first room type we have is just like jaw-dropping. And then it moves into 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. And you can just tell from the size it goes up. And they also have a Fisher-Price suite for families. Fisher-Price Toys.
Nice. And they talk about gourmet all-inclusive.
Gourmet all-inclusive, and like I said, they asked what I wanted for lunch, and they produced it. So they're really into wellness. They're also into a lot of dietary needs, even if someone's just watching what they're eating. So they really do cater to that, and it's very high-end gourmet food. No doubt about it.
Talking about wellness, I did see in the latest edition of Oprah's magazine, there is a big article all about the wellness program here.
Well, there is, and I mean, if it's good enough for Oprah to write about in her own magazine, then it's good enough for everybody. So yeah, I saw that as well, and it's all about the wellness and how they cater to it. And if somebody wants to go for a Pilates class, a yoga class, or maybe have a one-on-one with a trainer, they can do that here as well. As much as it's for families, it's for everybody. So if someone does want to, get into the fitness scene while they're there, or drink special teas, or detox drinks, whatever it may be, definitely they have this type of stuff here. So it's absolutely gorgeous.
And setting the big picture, this is just one of 3 hotels and resorts by Karisma that Transat features, all on the Mayan Riviera.
That's right. So this one, of course, is closer to Playa del Carmen. And then we also have the El Dorado Royale, which would be for adults only. Okay, so just remember that. That's 18 plus. And I state that because different hotels have different age restrictions when, it's just for adults. And then also they have the El Dorado Paramoma, which is a 16 plus. So just to give a little insight for that, if you have a family of younger adults, then this might be good as well.
So you've got the whole range there, and they're all fairly close together in the central part of the Riviera Maya.
They are. You can just go to them, take a cab if you want it, and go visit them all, which I did, of course. And yeah, they're just beautiful, beautifully appointed resorts.
And you can see all the pictures, of course, in the Transat Holidays latest brochure.
That's right. Our beautiful South brochure, of course, the Azul's 5s by Karisma. And really, there's not too much that this hotel doesn't offer. And I think that's what's great about it. Like I said, it is great for families, but it's great for everybody.
Right. So,
and interesting you mentioned the timeshares, because some of these suites up to 3 bedrooms, if you're taking a lot of family on vacation, that has got to be rare.
Oh, it is rare. It is rare. And the Fisher-Price suite is fully furnished with Fisher-Price and whatever you need as well. And the Kids Club, just to point out, is very unique. I found it quite different. They have little beds for these kids. So they want to have little naps, like, oh, look at these little beds. They're so cute. It's immaculate. It's very clean. You know, these kids clubs, sometimes kids are a little dirty, we know, but you wouldn't see that there. And they had several, help in there as well. It wasn't just one girl for 10 kids. And it really stands out for sure.
Yeah,
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Larry, you're so right about the thing about 2 or 3 bedroom suites for the larger families. We must have had, within all these emails, probably a dozen or so questions
Right.
from people saying, what can we do? We've got a larger family. We always find it so difficult to find the right place. Well, I think we found it.
I mean, I've seen 2, but we've said up to 3. It's like, wow, that makes a big difference.
Well, I mean, it caters to the size of families, and also they have kids' menus.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important, because sometimes kids don't eat like adults, right? So I'm talking steak, but they're talking chicken fingers.
Sometimes they don't even. Sometimes.
Sometimes. Most of the time.
Now, I just want to get practical for a minute, because if people are saying, yeah, you know what, just take me away from this, I want to go there. Is there availability currently?
Oh, there sure is. So if anyone's looking, let's say at the end of February, we have February 22nd, and everybody wants to brace themselves. This is a 4.5-star resort. And as you know, with our Transat star ratings, it's pretty close to a 5 for us. We if it's 5, we've got to be wowed. So $848 plus taxes.
Oh, come on.
I'm
Seriously?
very serious. Yeah, that's for
So
February 26th.
with
That's next
taxes,
week.
that would just be a little over 1,000.
Yeah, that's right. $346 and change for the taxes.
Wow.
And if you want to move down further in the month, let's say maybe to February 26th, it's like $1098 plus taxes.
Still very, very
And that's
good.
our first room type, our introductory room, which would be deluxe. Now, I also want to point out, as we know, prices are subject to change. I mean, this is what it was. It can be
Yep.
gone in the next 5 minutes. So when I was checking for pricing, it was moving out pretty quickly. So
Okay, so the next question, just being practical, how do you book?
So you book with your travel agent. You
Right.
contact your travel agent. We have flights every day of the week, twice a day. We have mornings and we have afternoons. So, Transat Holidays and LA Tours, we're, known for this and having our flight frequency. Another thing to point out, though, maybe if it's hard for you guys to get away at certain times of the year, we have, shorter durations. So if somebody wants to go maybe here, Larry, because you're a busy man, maybe 3 or 4 days,
Things to do, yeah.
or maybe 11 days, or whatever. It doesn't have to be your traditional 7 or 14. So we are doing a lot of flexible durations now.
I think that's great. I also looked up the flight time, which is 4.25 hours, I believe.
Yes,
So
paradise.
I did the computation. If you leave, say, on the first flight of the day, maybe at 7 o'clock in the morning, that means you could actually be there for, let's say, 11 or so. I think there's an hour's time difference in your favour, so it's really only kind of 10. You're going to be on the beach with your margarita by
Yes.
early lunchtime.
That's it. And I agree, and I have been. I've done that once. I know that's Chris's way, how he likes to do it.
Well, 2 of the phrases in the note already, we've covered them. We'll cover them again, I'm sure, of the show. One was that kids club sponsored by Fisher Price. Not for me, but I just thought, what a great idea that is. What a great sponsorship.
For sure.
What a great association with kids, Fisher Price.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we all know Fisher Price.
Yeah. And the other one was the gourmet all-inclusive, which you touched on.
Absolutely. And, of course, we're giving away 7 nights, all-inclusive here. Trip for 2 with Transat at the Azul 5s by Karisma and the Riviera Maya. But, of course, if your question is taken, you have to answer the phone at the end of the show with this week's winning phrase, which is, Larry?
The winning phrase. Karisma Resorts just have to be seen to taste the gourmet inclusive cuisine.
I can almost taste it myself.
Nice. Karisma Resorts just have to be seen to taste the gourmet inclusive cuisine, and that phrase is also on the website or the Facebook page.
Facebook
page.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yep, put it up there the day before on the Facebook page.
So of course it's facebook.com/Chris Robinson Show, and we'll get to some of your calls in a moment too, and emails. By the way, we do a lot of emails. We tell people how to get an email to the Chris Robinson Travel Show.
Yep, to send an email to the show, you just go to www.chrisrobinsonTravelShow.com, click on the big yellow Enter Contest button there, and away you go. And we've got hundreds for this show, and we did actually have a couple of people say, you're not taking enough emails on the show, so we'll try and get a few more in this.
And we'll get your calls next, I promise. 416-872-1010, 877-518-5151, or Star Talk. The Travel Show with Chris Robinson continues in a moment. It's 1/4 after the hour. Here's News Talk 10.